Hi, Art One. I wanted to talk to you about required materials for our course. So, some of these materials are things you will have to acquire on your own, and some of them are things that I will provide you that you need to be responsible for throughout the course. To start, something that you will need to provide is a sketchbook. The sketchbook should be about 8.5 by 11 inches. Hardbound or spiral bound are preferable to tape bound. Tape bound is just not ideal because the pages tend to fall out. Um, so you want to get that preferably before I see you next week. So see you in person next week. You want to make sure that you pick up a sketchbook. You can typically get them at any of the local craft or art stores. They are also typically at like Target or Walmart as well. Just a heads up, sketchbook paper should be white. It should not have any lines or grid lines. It should just be white paper. Okay, and then if you have your own drawing pencils, you can certainly bring those in. We are looking for you to have the 6H, 2H, HB, 2B, 6B, pencils, and also a white plastic eraser for the class. If you don't have these things, do not worry. The art department will provide them for you. It is your responsibility to transport them back and forth from school to home and have them prepared for class. You do need to provide your own handheld sharpener for this year, and I expect you to come to class with nice sharp pencils. So just make sure that, before you come to class, you have nice sharp pencils and you don't have to like sharpen all of them at once, just because the handheld sharpeners do take a little bit longer. But you want to have one on hand just in case they get dull. You do need to provide some sort of supply case. So pencils are one part of the class, one part of the supplies that you'll need for class. I will be giving you other supplies for projects. And so those supplies need to be transported back and forth from here to home and back. You will be turning all supplies back in when you're done with the project that they are for. And I'll talk more about that in class with you, but it's your responsibility to keep things safe and also return them. So something sturdy, durable, box-like that can contain things is good. So they do make specific boxes for art supplies. Art Bin is a brand that you could look for, but you can easily just repurpose like a tackle box, a toolbox, like a caboodle, or just a shoebox or a tin will work. It should just be something that's like harder, like sturdier, that you can carry supplies back and forth in safely. Okay, you also need to have a portfolio for the class. So you can certainly go out and purchase one. They do make art portfolios, like the photo on the top of the slide here. You can get them made out of fabric, out of plastic, out of leather if you really wanted. You can also make your own, and if you needed, I could provide you with a piece of poster board to fold in half. I can provide you with some duct tape to construct a portfolio here. It needs to be something sturdier, like poster board, so that way your projects don't become damaged in transport, and you just need to make sure that you keep them safe, and also remember to bring them to class and to bring them home to complete assignments there as well. Okay, other supplies that you can look to add to your art supply case. Now, if you don't have all of these, some of them I will be able to provide for you for in the classroom, but for at home, I will not be able to give you all of these things. So it is helpful for you to have your own scissors that you can bring to and from school. A water container could be helpful. It's not something you're going to use very often in here, so maybe just having one set aside at home. That can just be like a plastic cup is fine. Black Sharpies can be really helpful. They are something that I can provide for you in the classroom. A ruler is something that I can provide for you here, but it's also helpful to have your own at home. Eventually, you will need a mirror that stands up that you can look in for your portraiture project. That's at the very end of the semester. So if you can't find that right away, you can kind of look around for it. But that's something that you'll need to have access to at home, a mirror that you can look in and work from observation for an extended time. Okay, small containers for like glue and stuff to transport that back and forth is helpful. And I would suggest that you add hand sanitizer to your kit right away if you're not already carrying it with you for school, so as it is. So anyway, that is a little bit about the supplies. There is also an assignment on Schoology where it lists each of these things. If you have any questions, just come to me and let me know, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. But these are things that you're going to need to have access to for our class. And again, some of them I will be able to provide for you. Some of them you'll have to acquire on your own. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know.